Hello each and every one of you out there. I am the Dancer Life Dancer, and tonight I am going to take you back to a time when I was 14 years old, at which time I wrote this, better known today as this, which you all know as the Dance of Life poem, which it began right here like this. This I wrote when I was 14 years old in 1974. Well, actually, this is a copy of what I wrote in 1974. This isn't the exact one. This is just a copy of it. Same words. At which time, I was 14 years old. I even remember writing this. 1974. It's called Too Free, No More Dancing. And at this time, this was a very, very negative. And you will see how negative this is. A negative writing. It started out backwards from what I am today. Because at that time I wasn't allowed to dance, I wasn't allowed to be free, I wasn't allowed to go swimming, I wasn't allowed to go out with dating, and I wasn't allowed to grow up. Here it is, Too Free, No More Dancing. This was the first poem, I don't know if you'd call this a poem, this is a writing of the Dance of Life. This was in 1974. It's very negative, as I said. And here we go. Are you ready out there? You on the edge of your seats? This was me, 14 years old, 1974. This is written in the name of my mom, Elizabeth Stone. Today's kids, and you want to know something? I'm going to read this. I'm going to try to do this as if with the same passion I did it back then. But it's going to be hard because I don't believe this way no more. Here we go again. This is written in the name of my mom, Elizabeth Stone. Today's kids and teens have way too much freedom. Way too much. I see kids and teens, I see them dancing, swimming, going out on dates, etc. It's wrong. No kid or teen needs to run around dancing, wearing dance outfits and swimsuits. Nobody, nowhere. They should be punished if they dance or act silly or act free at all. Every place, everywhere, they should be punished. Teens don't need to be free. They don't need to date or dance or wear dance outfits. I see kids, I see them, teens, kids, they're acting silly, swimming, wearing dance outfits, getting telephones, whatever. If my mom would have caught me doing that, I would have been punished. Yes, that is. If my mom had seen me doing any of this stuff, I was punished for it. I would have been punished. Yes, that's absolutely, absolutely, at that point in time. I definitely would have been. I'm telling you, parents out there, wise up. Don't let your kids or teens or anyone do any of that stuff. Tell them it's wrong. I see kids wearing rock star clothes, wearing Tina Turner outfits. In my mom's name, it's not cute. Hey, wise up. Parents, you're letting your kids, your teens, have way too much freedom. No way! No way! Would any kid or teen of mine go around looking like that? No way! Ever! I see these kids just dancing wherever they want. I say, hey parents, don't just stand there and watch them dance! Do something about it! Stop them! Call for a timeout, punish them, put them in a punishment chair. Don't let them act that way, giggling, wiggling around. In dance clothes, hurry, make them stop at once. Today's kids and teens, they tell their parents what to do. Not in my day. My parents told me how to feel. They told me what to think. They told me how to be. They told me, my mom and dad told me how and who to be. I didn't tell them. I didn't have no choice. They told me who to be. They told me what I was going to be. They locked me up in the back room. They didn't let me grow up. Sorry, I got carried away. They didn't let me dance. They told me what to wear. They put my clothes out for me. I didn't have choice on my clothes. They put my clothes out for me. There was no running around dancing or kids and teens acting free. I wasn't free. I was never free. I don't even know if I'm free today. Hey, if my mom caught me that way, we'd have been sitting in a corner for a week. You parents out there need to wise up and crack down on all this freedom and dancing. and other stuff. You let your kids and your teens, you let them do this. Then you might solve your kids and teens' bad habits. Stop this dancing. Stop this being free. It's time to stop them. This poem, this writing was done by me in 1974. It was the very first writing and the background for today's The Dance of Life poem, which is the opposite of this writing as me and a 14-year-old in 1974. I hope you don't believe any of that I just did, that I just said. I'm telling you. I mean the negative portion of it. My view about that, is completely opposite now. But I wanted to show you how I felt in 1974. This is what I wrote. This is the beginning of The Dance of Life. This is the background, the thing, I'm known for all the poems I wrote today. Which I would never say that, trust me. Back then, I wasn't allowed to dance. I wasn't allowed to be free. My mom controlled me. She sent me to school in the clothes that she wanted me to wear. She took and she would telling her that I was Susan, I don't know if I'd still be alive today. Because, do you want to know what my mom thought of that stuff? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Or maybe I should tell you. She thought those people were sick. They were abominations and all this stuff. I will tell you what she would have done. But anyway, that's not what this is about. Back then, I wasn't free. I wasn't free to, when I went out there, you know what I mean? My dad and mom followed me around. They followed me around and more. Way more. I wasn't free to dance or swim or none of this stuff. My mom thought all that stuff was wrong. I got locked up in a back room for actually it was a whole year. Nobody knew about that. But this here was the beginning of it. This was the beginning. 1974, I even remember. It was in the summer of 1974 when I wrote this for the first time. And I rewrote it and rewrote it till today. The Dance of Life. This is where it came from right here. And I used to go around, I used to stick this up on walls, I used to go around and hand it to people just like I do this other one today. Because I was hurting. I was in pain. Pretty much like I am now. And I wanted to be free to do this stuff. I wanted to be free to be who I am. I wanted to be Susan. I wanted to do all of this. I wanted to dance. You never would have been able to tell me I was going to be the Dance of Life, though. But I wanted all that stuff back then. And, well, eventually I got it. Now. But I'll tell you something. I wasn't free back then. I was not free to go out with anybody back then. I never was allowed to have that. I wasn't allowed to swim. I wasn't allowed to... When I went out and drive on my own car, which I didn't get till I was 21 years old, I had to tell my mom and dad where I was at. They had to check on me. They had to have a phone where they could get a hold of me. They had to know that I wasn't with anybody. They didn't want me to have one single girlfriend or boyfriend, if you know what I mean, for dating purposes. And the rest of it, forget. They didn't want me to have none of that stuff. That was how the Dance of Life began. This right here. Too free. No more dancing. It was written, like I said, this here was written, well, this here was written just now, but this thing here is the exact same thing. The original copy, this is with the modified version, but it's the same thing. Same writing, same words, same everything. I didn't change anything. Other than the fact I got a little emotional, because you want to know something? If it wasn't for this, the Dance of Life might not exist today. Because this is the beginning. This is the first poem. I don't know if you'd call that a poem. Because I actually wrote, that was actually in the newspaper once. But that was how the Dance of Life began. Today's Dance of Life began just like that. And it was very negative then. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I wasn't allowed to go out. And I could say that 100 times. But till you live that way, till you understand what it's like, till you understand why I tell people out there, I am forever 16 today. My mom didn't let me grow up past 10. She treated me like I was a 10-year-old all the time. I had to tell her what I was doing. I had to... Living out on my own? Oh, no, they wouldn't let that happen. When I did that, they had somebody watch me. Do you know that? They had somebody follow me. And I go out in my car. They didn't want me to go out. They give me a time limit. You know what I mean? They check up on me all the time like I was a piece of broken glass. Never let me grow up. That was my life. and what went on in this house, the wars that went on, you don't want to know about. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about this today. That was where this came from. My mom named Elizabeth Stone and Leroy Stone, mom and dad. And that was in 1974, age 14. Beginning of the dance of life. If you ever want to know where it came from, this was it right here. I have this I just wrote out the other day. I just found this last week. I actually have pictures of me back at age 7, 8, 9 years old. I've never released them before. For 30 years, the last person that ever seen them was my mom, 30 years ago. But wait, that's another video. I'm here today to tell you about this. Too free, no more dancing. That was the first poem, writing, whatever you want to call it, for today's Dance of Life. And no, I don't believe this way nowadays, okay? That was back then. I was in hurt and pain because I wanted my life. I wanted to be free. Well, I am now. Or am I? Because now I stand here, I want to go back there again. So, I don't know. I really don't know. You take it as you think. You know what I mean? I'm just here to inform you. So, thank you, and thank you all for joining me. From the one and only, the Dance of Life Dancer, I wish each and every one of you a fantastic day. And remember, time goes faster than you think. Someday you might actually get what you want. But when you get it, you might not want it no more. Thank you. Good night.